fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while among the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? And you can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left we'll walk in fields of gold. We'll walk in fields of gold.
Well, welcome everyone to our ceremony for Tabitha Rose Kay, known to most of you as Tabby. I'm Becca and I'm a celebrant, and I will lead us through our ceremony this afternoon for Tabby. And we are all in shock and disbelief at the loss of Tabby, and words can't do justice to the love in this room for her. And our hearts go out to her family, her son, Riley, her mum, Karen, her sister, Tash, her partner, Fraser, her half-sisters, Rosie and Molly. And we also remember at this time her granddad, Mike, who's sadly no longer with us. We will keep you all in our thoughts as you come to terms with your loss. And you are all here, and those watching remotely too, you are all here because you are significant people in the life of Tabby, and she would have been deeply touched by your presence. Tabby's family feel unbelievable sadness and pain at her loss. They are overwhelmed with grief. And they feel passionately that they want to pay tribute to their beautiful girl, to share with everyone the wonder of her many gifts, her inspiring bravery. The death of someone we love is always hard, and in these circumstances we are often left not just feeling sad but frustrated that they were taken from us so young and they didn't get to live the longer life that they really deserved. We are here today not just to honour her, but to surround her with love and give thanks for her. I'd like to start with some tributes. There's lots of tributes, and I'm very honoured to share them. It's not possible to fit in all of them and everything about Tabby into our ceremony. There's so much to her. She lived a colourful and rich existence. There are too many stories. There is an abundance of experiences and magical tales. But mostly we collectively bask in her afterglow. She touched so many people's lives positively, and everyone who knew her felt blessed to have shared special times with her. The outpouring from all who knew Tabby has been overwhelming. Thank you to everyone who reached out and expressed their sorrow and their sadness and shared their own thoughts and memories of her. And there is a theme in all these messages that the family have received about Tabby. They all say the same thing. Tabby's been described by many, by her friends and family, as this unique bundle of joy and energy, a beautiful light that you couldn't help falling in love with. I think maybe Karen, her mum, captures the very essence of her perfectly. I share some of Karen's words now. Tabitha Rose was my beautiful light from the day she was born. She had blonde ringlets and freckles and had an energy about her that was both gentle and burning fire. She had a beautiful singing voice and moved like a gazelle. She loved ballet when she was young and always had so much grace and energy. Her heart was huge and she was always willing to help anyone. And when she loved you with her whole being. She had a Marilyn Monroe essence about her and came across as very bubbly and confident, but there was a fragility underneath that. Her son, Riley, was her world, and she was a beautiful, caring mother to him. She wanted the best for her boy always. We loved singing rock songs at the top of our voices and dancing like we just didn't care. We would have deep conversations a lot, putting the world to rights, and they could get quite tangential, probably over my words, very quickly. She adored her close friends and family and would do anything for them. She put her all into everything she did, from her banging roast dinners to her studies to be a primary school teacher. And she was a model for a while and loved the chances to travel on the opportunities that this provided her on model assignments. She loved taking Riley on adventures, paragliding off a mountain in Turkey with him, enjoying the sun in Lanzarote. Tabby was fiercely protective of those she loved. And during one anti-lockdown march, she jumped over people to protect a young 16-year-old boy who was being attacked by the police. Tabby was arrested and she was hit over the head by a police baton. The young lad could not thank her enough and said he thought he would have died had it not been for her. Remember, these are Karen's words, and she says, "My baby was a fierce, gentle, and beautiful warrior of the soul. She carried a beautiful light that I've rarely seen on this earth. She was my daughter and best friend, and although we clashed at times because we were both headstrong, we deeply loved each other. I will miss her deeply for the rest of my life, and she will always be in my heart. Shine on, my beautiful, quirky, funny, talented, and free-spirited daughter. You were so talented and creative and made everyone around you smile with your beautiful, bubbly personality. You are and always will be a one-off. Love you to the moon and back. Sleep well, my gorgeous ray of sunshine." Tabby's family have many, many memories of her that they will treasure. They described her as Tigger from an early age. She was a bouncing, unpredictable, smiley, joyful, energetic person who couldn't be pigeonholed. Her sister Tash had precious childhood memories of her adorable, red-cheeked little sister with her cute freckles and ever-present security blanket, affectionately known as Blanky Blank. How thrilled were the family on one occasion when the blanket had been left in a French hotel, only for a kindly receptionist to take pity and post it back to England, to its rightful owner, the eternally grateful, thumb-sucking Tabby. Tabby had lots of friends. She highly valued her dear friends and took great care of them. People loved being around her because she made you feel good. People liked to be in Tabby's company. She was kind, she was cool, she was brave, unique, gorgeous, and great fun. Every friend has wonderful memories of her that they cherish. I quote just some of them now, there was a lot. So apologies if yours aren't here, but we loved receiving them all. So from Ollie, "I'm so grateful for all the memories I've got to have with you, Tabby, from running up and down Earl's Court Road years ago, to raving all over the country with you, swimming in the Thames in lockdown, car journeys and cups of tea to early hour phone calls. There was never a dull moment ever with you, Tabs." From Jemima, "One time we got matching tattoos for Tabby's birthday, and that night we ended up accidentally drinking a 300 and something pound bottle of champagne. When we realised how much it was too late, we'd already drunk it." When we were at Regatton talking about how there's not enough kindness in the world, so we told every single girl we saw how beautiful they were to spread some love and kindness. And we got so much love in return from everyone. We made so many people smile that night. From Sappy, You were my childhood friend who I always admired. You were never afraid to be your true self, and I'd always looked at you almost like I was your younger sister. I used to think, wow, you're so beautiful. She'll be a model when she's older. So creative, witty, smart, and brilliant at literature. You could have written a book. When I turned 13, you and Charlotte says, threw me a surprise birthday party. You always wanted to see me happy. And from Grace, I will always remember Tabby for her beautiful and infectious smile. Even when she was struggling, her warmth would touch you, her vibrant and soulful personality, and her beauty inside and out. From Bex, I remember meeting Tabby for the first time when she was 19, with her bright red hair, piercing blue eyes, and legs that went on for days. She was the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen. It didn't take long for me to see that she was as beautiful on the inside as she was on the out. Our 10-year friendship was so special to me, navigating the ups and downs of our 20s together, trying to figure out life. We went through the saddest times, the most difficult times, and the best of times together. Our friendship was full of love and laughter. Tabby was vibrant, colourful, full of life. She lit up any room she walked into. She was the strongest woman I knew, and I admired her resilience, her determination. And Charlotte, as a friend, you were loyal, funny, generous, kind, and supportive. You were the one to put others before yourself. You were compassionate, understanding, and fiercely protective of the ones you loved. You made others feel safe through your openness, being genuine, and your warmth. And I will forever miss your ability to be my sunshine on a rainy day. I'm going to miss talking to you, laughing with you, dancing with you, and fully embarrassing ourselves in front of others with not a care in the world. And this is from Debbie, one of Karen's friends. One of my memories of Tabby was going for a checkup on her broken leg, pushing a bouncy wheelchair into the waiting room where there was glum and worried and bored faces. Literally within 5 minutes, Tabby had them all smiling and laughing with her boundless energy, despite being in obvious pain herself. She had a very magic energy about her, which turned heads and it put smiles on faces. It was a natural, inbuilt thing within her, which just flowed naturally. This is from Kelly. I sit and I think of the first time I met you. It was a very hot day in the co-op, and wow, my eyes caught this tall girl. And what made her look taller was this little boy on her shoulders. And I thought to myself, you don't normally see a son on mum's shoulders. And from that day, my eyes were always hit by your beauty. And I told you every time we passed each other, I was always struck by how stunning you looked with your new hairstyles, short, blue, curly, straight, your cool clothes. But Tabs, it was your walk that used to get me. You walked towards me like you had the world under control. I will miss you, my quirky, beautiful, angelic friend. Emma, this is from Emma. Tabitha touched the lives of so many. She came to some for a reason, others for a season, and many for a lifetime. Emma wishes to share some of the words with you here today, which she feels represent the relationship Tabby held with people. A reason, a season, a lifetime. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. When you figure out which one it is, you will know what to do for each person. When someone is in your life for a reason, it is usually to meet a need you have expressed. They've come to assist you through a difficulty, to provide you with guidance and support, to aid you physically, emotionally, or spiritually. They may seem like a godsend, and they are. They are there for a reason. You need them to be. Then, without any wrongdoing on your part, or at an inconvenient time, this person will say or do something to bring the relationship to an end. Sometimes they die. Sometimes they walk away. Sometimes they act up and force you to take a stand. What we must realize is that our need has been met, our desire fulfilled, their work is done. The prayer you sent up has been answered, and now it is time to move on. Some people come into your life for a season because your turn has come to share, grow, or learn. They bring you an experience of peace or make you laugh. They may teach you something you've never done. They usually give you an unbelievable amount of joy. Believe it, it is real, but only for a season. Lifetime relationships teach you lifelong lessons, things you must build upon in order to have a solid emotional foundation. Your job is to accept the lesson, love the person, and put what you have learned to use in all other relationships and areas of your life. It is said that love is blind, but friendship is clairvoyant. Thank you, Emma. Well, while we just process all those wonderful messages from friends and family, thank you. Let's pause now for a poem that has been chosen by the family, and I shall read it now. Yes, yeah, I'm very honoured to. Some of you may know this. It's called Death is Nothing at All, excuse me, by Henry Scott Holland. Death is nothing at all. I've only slipped away to the next room. I am I, and you are you. Whatever we were to each other, that we still are. Call me by my old familiar name. Speak to me in the easy way which you always used. Put no difference into your tone. Wear no forced air of solemnity or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little jokes we enjoyed together. Play, smile, think of me, pray for me. Let my name be ever the household word that it always was. Let it be spoken without effect, without the trace of a shadow on it. Life means all that it ever meant. It is the same that it ever was. There is absolute unbroken continuity. Why should I be out of mind because I am out of sight? I am but waiting for you, for an interval, somewhere very near, just around the corner. All is well.
Her face is a map of the world, is a map of the world. You can see she's a beautiful girl, she's a beautiful girl. And everything around her is a silver pool of light. People who surround her feel the benefit of it, it makes you count. She holds you captivated in her palm. Suddenly I see, this is what I wanna be. Suddenly I see, why the hell it means so much to me. Suddenly I see, this is what I wanna be. Suddenly I see, why the hell it means so much to me. And I feel like walking the world, like walking the world. And you can hear she's a beautiful girl, she's a beautiful girl. She fills up every corner like she's born in black and white. Makes you feel warmer when you're trying to remember what you're. She likes to leave you hanging on a word. Suddenly I see, this is what I wanna be. Suddenly I see, why the hell it means so much to me. Suddenly I see, but this is what I wanna be. Suddenly I see, why the hell it means so much to me. And she's taller than most, and she's looking at me. I can see her eyes looking from the page of a magazine. She makes me feel like I could be a tower, big strong tower, yeah. The power to be, the power to give, the power to see, yeah, yeah. Suddenly I see, she got the power to be, the power to give, the power to see, yeah, yeah. Suddenly I see, she got the power to be, the power to give, the power to see, yeah, yeah, yeah. Suddenly I see, she got the power to be, the power to give, the power to see, yeah, yeah. Suddenly I see, she got the power to be, the power to give, the power to see, yeah, yeah. Suddenly I see, this is what I wanna be. Suddenly I see, why the hell it means so much to me. This is what I wanna be.
Well, that special piece of music that we just listened to was Katie Tunstall, Suddenly I See. Tabby did mention to Tash that if anything ever happened, that is a song that she would want played here. So it was wonderful that we got to listen to that just now, that special piece of music. Tabby was a loving and kind person, so she was a natural candidate to be a primary school teacher. As well as being very bright, she connected brilliantly with children. She was doing really well at Oxford Brookes University, where she was working really hard on her studies and placements. She was looking forward to becoming a qualified teacher. Typically, Tabby quickly made friends, and I quote from a couple of her fellow students now. This feedback is from Alice and Louisa, this message. We didn't know Tabby for very long, but what we do know is that she would light up the room with her amazing confidence and smile. Tabby was always so encouraging and wanting to help others. She was an amazing creative academic writer, and we had the privilege of reading some of her work, which really inspired us. The first time we met Tabby, we were in the line at Oxford Brookes Cafe, and she bounded over to us to introduce herself. And then from then on, our friendship blossomed. We just all clicked. And Tabby was great at listening when we needed support, and she shared her worries too. She was such a confident and inspiring person. It's been a pleasure and honour to be part of her life. Thank you, Tabby, for being you. We will miss you forever. Tabby also made an impression on the lecturers on her course, and I quote from her tutor now. This is from Jenny. Tabby possessed a gift for working with young children. Her passion for education was evident in every interaction in school. She effortlessly connected with those around her, nurturing curiosity and guiding the children she worked with. Her lesson plans were filled with joy and creativity. Beyond the classroom, on campus, Tabby was the embodiment of warmth and kindness. Her friendly demeanour made her a well-liked figure among staff and students alike. We will remember her fondly stood under the tree in the centre of the campus, chatting to everyone with her natural ability to brighten even the cloudiest of days. Her absence will be deeply felt, and she will not be forgotten by anyone she worked with. Tabby's time with us all was not the long life we would have wished for her. And of course, she also found life at times truly challenging, and she experienced serious lows as well as happy times. But she packed a lot into her 29 years. She managed to connect with so many people, make truly special friendships, and experience wonderful times. She was creative, passionate. She was an activist, an explorer. She loved music, festivals, raving, traveling. She adored peacocks, and we've honoured that today. It's beautiful. Loved her cat, Lexi. She was passionate about education and very focused on her studies. But the one area of her life which brought her the most joy and happiness was that of being a mum to her wonderful son, Riley. She absolutely delighted in her boy and the times that they got to spend together. She was incredibly proud of him, and he was the centre of her world. I would like to share our final tribute to Tabby now. This has been written by Riley, and these are Riley's words. My mummy was the best mummy in the world. I loved the adventures we went on, to walk to the water park in Devon, the bonfire nights and the fireworks in Wallingford, and paragliding off a mountain in Turkey, and long walks at Wintonham Clumps by the river and forests, dancing and singing with her. She was kind, she was generous, she made the best roast dinners, and most of all, I loved her cuddles. Riley. Thank you, Riley. I was very honoured to share that. Okay, well, let's just pause for a moment. I know it's very warm in here as well. Okay, well, I would like to speak some words to Tabby now. Could I ask you, if you're able to, could you stand for this bit, please? Thank you, those of you that are sitting. Tabby, You have left us with so much to love and cherish about you. You had so many gifts, many talents, but mostly you knew how to make everyone you cared about feel good about themselves. When you were in the room, there was colour, there was magic. You lived your life with authenticity, with kindness and humility. And we honour and we love you for that. Your eyes were always open to the opportunities to have fun and to help and reach out to others. You have experienced the highest of human qualities, that of love. Love for your family, for your son, and for your many, many dear friends. Tabby, you made a difference. You really did. And we thank you for all you gave. We like to think of you now, resting in peace. While you're standing, could we recite a poem, a prayer together? If you look in your orders of service, it's the Serenity Prayer. It'd be lovely if we could recite it together now. I'll guide us. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference, living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as the pathway to peace, taking as heeded this simple world as it is, not as I would have it, but that he will make things right if I surrender to his will, so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with him forever and ever in the next. Amen. Please take your seats again if you have a seat. Thank you. Well, we've reached the end of our ceremony now for Tabby. However, the celebration of her life continues now at the Nettlebed Club in Nettlebed. You can enjoy some refreshments and continue swapping stories. There's lots of them, and reminiscing some more about Tabby. She would have really liked that. There will be a memory box there too, I think, Karen, is that right? Yeah. So please take a little time to scribe something about Tabby. It will be really special for Riley in the future to read some of those messages. Thank you. Her close family are going to spend some private time with Tabby now, just a short moment, and they will join you very shortly in Nettlebed. But now, to accompany Tabby on her final journey, please enjoy some Jimi Hendrix. And remember the wonderful Tabby, beautiful, inside and out. We love and we honour you, Tabby.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying the stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with a word she can get what she came for. She's buying There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause you know sometimes words have two meanings. In a tree by the brook, there's a songbird who sings. Sometimes all of our thoughts are misgiven.
Stop it.
No, that is not for you. That is mine. That is naughty, isn't it? Paw. Good girl. Other paw. Other paw. Oh, okay, lay down and sit then.